He's got a new recording out. It's called In Good Company, and he's got 26 stellar musicians on that recording, and it just made #1 on the folk music chart in the United States. Now you're going to hear why. Let's hear it for Bill Evans.
Thanks so much. You know, we've lost a lot of great musicians this year: Doug Dillard, Doc Watson, and of course Earl Scruggs. And when I got the news of Earl's passing, you know, probably like you know, things spread so quickly now in the days of the internet. And then the phone started ringing, and I booked a flight, and I went to the memorial for Earl that was held on the Sunday after his passing at the Ryman Auditorium. And I didn't know Earl very well, been to the house a couple times, but I was also interested in just being with other banjo players that were there, because I knew there'd be a lot of banjo players at Earl's memorial. And there was a 2-hour service with great music from the Del McCurry Band and Ricky Skaggs and lots of folks. And the Scruggs family had gathered a number of banjo players together. They asked us to bring our banjos, and we were all wondering what we'd be asked to do. And we were asked to sit along the aisles of the lower level of the Ryman, and at a certain point we were directed to get our banjos out. And as the casket passed, we took our banjos and we lowered them through the casket, which was a very profound physical act of doing that, because we all felt that we had, you know, it was a fitting tribute. And it was very cool because there were a lot of banjo players there. Allison Brown and Alan O'Brien were up in the front, Richard Bailey. I was in the miscreants section in the back. And Ned Lubrecki was in front of me, Tony Trishka behind him, Bela Fleck, Kristen Scott Benson, Noam Pikelny. And then, you know, these layabouts, Sam Bush and Tim O'Brien, they don't play banjo, but they got banjos just so they could stand in the aisles. And it was just a meaningful thing I think I'll remember for the rest of my life. So it's just fitting that we'll just try to play an Earl Scruggs tune here. And if you've got that Earl Scruggs book, I bet a lot of you do, right? That instructional book, you know? And he's got a young, that's his son in his lap, Randy Scruggs, who later went on to be a great guitar player and record producer. And Earl wrote a tune called the Randy Lynn Rag, and we'll try it. It's not the easiest of tunes to do, but we'll see what happens. I know you don't have time to change your strings. 1, 2, 3.